Question 2. Scientists carried out an experiment using young plants. They shine a light at one side of the shoot on the plant. Then for 3 hours, they measure how much each side of the shoot grows. Their results are shown in figure 1. So we can see we've got a graph here with the time in hours on the horizontal axis, the increase in length of the shoot on the vertical axis, and in 3 lines. Okay, let's have a look at the question parts. Part A, explain the use of the control shoot in the experiment. So controls are very, very important in experiments, aren't they? And to get the marks here, we need to be saying that the control shoot would have light on both sides. It could also say that the control shoot would have no light at all. That would also be an acceptable answer. And the idea of that is it would allow us to enable comparison with the experimental shoots. We can make sure that shining the lights on different sides is actually making a difference and it's not some other factor affecting the experiment. So for 2 marks here, we get 1 mark for saying would have a light on both sides and a second mark to say it will enable a comparison with the experimental shoots. That gives us 2 marks available for this question. Part B, calculate the percentage difference between the growth of the shaded side compared to the side of the shoot that received light after 3 hours. So what we need to do is find 3 hours and then find our 2 values. So we are looking for the shaded side, so we get that value up there, and then the one that side of shoot that received light, which is down there. So what we're essentially looking for are what those 2 values are, and we can see that they are 3.0 and 0.8. So the 2 values we've got are 3.0 and 0.8. So what we now do is we now find a difference between those 2 values. So we can do 3.0 take away 0.8, giving us a value of 2.2. We then divide that 2.2 by 0.8, which gives us, and times that by 100, because we actually need to get a percentage, don't we? So that gives us an answer of 275%. So where do the marks come from here? 1 mark for the correct reading. Obviously, be very careful when you're reading numbers off graph, you're doing it accurately. And then 1 mark for this equation, and then 1 mark for that final answer. That gives us 3 marks available for this question. Part C, which is the best explanation of the difference in growth shown by 2 sides of the shoot? Tick 1 blocks. So let's have a look at each of these options in turn and see if we can see which is the best one. Because after all, it is the best explanation we're looking for. So, more oxygen is sent to the shaded side and less to the side that receive light. That definitely does seem likely like a likely possibility looking at those results. However, we can't just hit that one straight away. We do need to look at the other options and see if they make sense. More oxygen is sent to the side that received light and less to the shaded side. Well, that doesn't seem to be true because the side of the shoot that received light doesn't seem to be growing as much. So therefore, we can't say that one probably isn't correct. The oxygen concentration increases on the shaded side, remains the same on the side that received light. That doesn't seem correct because the side that received light is still different from the control shoot there, isn't it? So there is actually an effect there. So again, that seems incorrect. And finally, the oxygen concentration increases on the side that receives light, but it remains the same on the shaded side. Well, the shaded side is clearly different from the control, so that suggests that, again, that is wrong. So, the first one appears to be correct, and that's backed up by our biological knowledge. Therefore, that is the correct answer and scores the 1 mark available for this question.